Do you see this?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Did you not? Please welcome s1mple. We'll be making
What?
history tonight. Do you see this or no?
Is this official?
Yes.
Is this official?
Yes! Huh?
The goat is back?
s1mple is finally coming back to competitive Counter-Strike. Just not in the way that anyone would have expected. He's not stepping back up on NAVI or going over to C9. He's playing for Falcons as a rifler for 1 month. And there's a lot of questions, primarily, why? Alright, before we jump into it, I gotta remind you guys that you can now play CS2 with us. You can now join the theScore esports official FACEIT clan for free using the link in the description. It has actual working anti-cheat and a point-based leaderboard system. You can play with Dimitri, maybe me one day, who knows, but go have fun. Alright, so yes, s1mple is making his highly anticipated return to competitive Counter-Strike while he's on loan to Falcons for a month. And while him being back is super cool, Falcons is a bizarre choice for a lot of reasons we're going to get into. But first, we gotta talk about what got us here in the first place. s1mple will go down in history as arguably the greatest player to ever touch CSGO. His major, plenty of awards, and Player of the Decade trophy should be all the proof needed. But despite landing at number 7 on last year's HLTV Top 20, s1mple was pretty absent in 2023. Why? Because s1mple has yet to play Counter-Strike 2 competitively. Listen, it's no secret that the GOAT's transition to this sequel has not been easy.
Stupid game, man. How I'm blocking with this jump? How I'm blocking with this, man? Why did you change textures? The normal one.
Struggling was putting it lightly. But he hated this game, and in turn was the game's biggest hater. I mean, he went so far as to tell people not to grind the game because it was And if you remember, when Valve actually reached out to him personally to go over his grievances, s1mple ghosted them.
I never answer them back. How can you ask me what's the issue if the whole internet, whole Twitter writing about issues? You don't see the issue or what? You don't see it?
So, frustrated with the state of the game, last October, s1mple announced that he was stepping down from NAVI to take a break, breaking the internet in the process. There were some unsubstantiated rumors as to the reasons why, but s1mple explained it was just to get personal affairs in order. Regardless, s1mple was gone and there was no telling when or if he would come back, and if he did, would he still be an opper? And it was radio silence for months. Until we finally got a nugget of information when s1mple surprised Katowice with an interview detailing his future.
I hope after major, because I mean I'm a 6th player for NAVI on this major, but I hope nothing gonna happen with their roster because they were practicing really hard after I took break. And yeah, I just want them to progress and let's see what's gonna happen after major.
The community all rejoiced. We didn't know where, we didn't know when, but we knew he was coming back. And good timing given the actual results of Katowice. I mean, if anyone's going to handle the donk situation, it's either another, even smaller donk, or s1mple himself. Anyway, s1mple was going to be back after the major, so now was the time for speculation as to where he would go. And honestly, your guess was as good as mine. At one point, I even was really considering FaZe. C9 was probably the most common guess I saw, but last week, s1mple finally shut down those rumors, claiming that, as a Ukrainian, he would never play with a team of 4 Russians. So it was back to the drawing board, a difficult one at that, because we're talking about the best player to possibly ever touch the franchise. He could go anywhere. Hell, he could even go to Falcons. You know that Saudi money wannabe super team that just got blasted out of the major qualifiers? But, I mean, that would be silly, right? Right?
Was? Canadian! Do you see this?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Did you not? Please welcome s1mple. We'll be making
What?
history tonight. Do you see this or no?
Is this official?
Yes.
Is this official?
Yes! Huh?
The goat is back?
That's right, on Monday, Falcons announced that s1mple would be joining their team on loan from NAVI for a month to replace a struggling Boros. Now, here's the thing. Boros is a rifler, meaning that s1mple won't be picking up the op, just like he suggested he might not back when he first took his break. That being said, s1mple has been a rifler on plenty of other teams before. I just don't ever think it's really lasted that long. But here's the thing. Dropping the op isn't really the bizarre part. Hell, even Falcons as a roster isn't that crazy. They're a good team on paper. But to join for only a month, when all that's really going on is the Blast Showdown and a major that they didn't qualify for, that's what's odd. Sure, he could very well stay, but everything about this, including the scuffed photo, the odd response from s1mple, the fact that he seemingly joined the first team to not make the major after he just told the world that he wouldn't be playing until after it ended, I don't know, it just all feels really rushed. Also, not for nothing, but the optics of s1mple, of all players joining a Saudi org, makes this all the more surprising. As I'm sure many of you know, the flood of Saudi money into esports as of late has generated a lot of controversy, given the country's track record with human rights violations and sports washing. So, once again, why Falcons? Well, most of the community's immediate guess would be money.
This Falcons is not necessarily the banner I was looking for, but I am excited to see s1mple back in the server, and seeing him rifle will be kind of fun. I mean, they surely, like, if there was one org that could get s1mple out of his NAVI contract money-wise, I mean, yeah, it's probably f***ing Falcons.
It is entirely possible that Falcons is the only team to actually reach out to s1mple with an offer that could actually afford him. He's an expensive dude, so that mixed with the simple fact that they won't be at the major might be the reasons that s1mple actually made this move. Maybe, just maybe, he's testing the waters here, making a big move over to Falcons, ruffling some feathers, generating some buzz, so that he can get more offers. Once again, your guess is as good as mine. A guess I would love to hear from, so let me know in the comments below. Why did he pick Falcons? Where would you love to see him end up, and once he finally does play, will he still be our GOAT? I wouldn't be surprised if his first game breaks some sort of record. I don't see him staying on the team. I think they just have money so they can afford this. And they're like, listen, he's not gonna stay, but we just got blasted out of the major, so this is our chance to generate some hype about our team that's kind of failed recently.